Hi, my name is Dan Lovell. I'm running for City Council in Ward 22, Scarborough Agincourt.
Hey, my name is Phil the Cruising with Phil. You're my first ward candidate, Mr. Dan. Nice to meet you. First time meeting you.
First time meeting.
I've been watching your
great
videos and I've been seeing your campaign, and that's your first time, eh?
Yeah, my first time in the municipal. I did run federally last.
Oh, you did? Okay, how'd that go?
It was a rough night for my party.
Yeah?
But it was a really good learning experience.
Okay.
And it's energizing.
Okay. So what prompted you to run for this ward for the first time?
So our ward didn't really have any strong sort of labor progressive candidates that wanted to run. It was kind of the same situation last year for federal. So I stepped into the breach then, and I'm doing it again this year. This year I was able to do it kind of in advance with a plan and be a bit more prepared.
Oh, that's good.
So yeah.
So let's talk about your background. You're a teacher, right?
I am. I'm an Ontario Secondary School Teachers Federation member.
You guys don't get paid enough, I'm telling you right now.
Well, thank you very much. I've been teaching for 17 years. I used to live abroad in South Korea for a long time. We came back to Toronto 4 years ago, and I've been teaching with the York Region District School Board. So I live on this side of Steeles.
Where are you teaching?
At Burr Oak Secondary School. It's in Markham.
No, but before that,
I used to teach in South Korea for many years. 13 years.
That's right.
But so I live here in Scarborough. I live here in the ward. I live near Warden and Finch, or Birchmount and Finch. But I teach north of Steeles in Markham.
So how did you end up going to South Korea? Would you finish a teacher's college?
Yeah, I went there directly at a teacher's college. I actually signed on the dotted line before I even graduated teacher's college.
Because at
that time in 2008, there was a huge teachers glut in Ontario. There was more teachers than teaching positions.
Oh, wow. That's
but
nice.
South Korea was looking for Canadian teachers to teach English to their students.
Oh, yeah.
And they had a lot of openings. So I signed up before I even graduated from teacher's college. My plan was to go for 1 year, and that somehow ended up being a lot longer.
How many years were you there?
13.
13 years, South Korea? Do you speak the language?
I do, yeah.
Wow. So how would you say hello to everybody in South Korea?
안녕하세요. 안녕하십니까. It depends. If you're speaking to like a public audience, you say 안녕하십니까.
That's amazing. So you're bilingual, right?
I'm bilingual.
Yeah. So you taught English there?
Yeah.
Teach kids how to speak English?
Yep.
Now, did you have to take a special course for that?
No, so you didn't even to get the job. You didn't even have to be a qualified teacher. But if you were a certified teacher in Canada, you were more desirable for them, and there was a contractual like higher pay. Okay. So yeah, I went there as a certified teacher.
So they paid your flight?
They did, I guess. Yeah, so long ago. They did pay my flight.
And how you got to the airport? What happened from there? Like how did it all come about?
So I was met by people from the government program that had hired me, and they took me to my place.
Oh, they had it all set up ready? Your own place?
Yeah.
Now? Wow.
And so part of your pay is basically like your apartment as well.
And what's the apartment like?
Small but great. Yeah. Korea is a very like modern country these days, and they're very high on the little conveniences of life, like nice, clean apartments. These days, it's a lot of smart apartments, like very high tech.
Yeah. Wow.
Yeah.
That's something, eh?
Yeah. It was at one point it was 1/3 of my life I had spent there. Wow. It's a little bit less.
So
than
you
learned
the language over there, South Korea.
I did. I didn't even know they have their own alphabet. I didn't even know that.
Yeah, they have
when I stepped off the plane.
Totally different. Like you're talking about G and J just now.
Yeah. Well, they have a different alphabet. Yeah. So it took me time, but the first year when I was just planning to be there for 1 year, I didn't really try to learn much. But after that, when I decided to stay longer, I started studying.
Oh, nice.
And I learned the language.
That's amazing. So
I'm not like fluent, but highly conversational.
Well, what prompted you to come back to Canada after so many years? You're doing it there.
The career opportunities for teachers are a lot stronger in Ontario. Yeah. I'm not a Korean certified teacher, so when I was there, really my only potential for career was teaching English, which is there's not a big career advancement pathway for that. So that was one part of it. Another part of it is that my parents, my wife is Korean. I met her there. But my parents are a bit older than hers. Yeah. So we wanted to come home to spend time with them, help them out with things.
So you met your wife there?
Yeah.
And you got married over there?
We did, yeah.
Oh, wow.
That's right. Even after we got married, we lived there for several years.
Okay. And then you came back here, and you had a baby over here?
That's right, yeah.
And you have a firstborn son?
Firstborn son, Jean, or Jin,
Oh, Jin.
in
Yeah,
Korean.
yeah. Well, explain that. Why you gave that name?
Yeah, we chose a name that kind of works in English and in Hangul. That's the name of their alphabet for a boy.
Yeah.
Jean in English, almost the same
That's
in
so
Korean.
cool.
Yeah.
That's so cool.
Yeah, there aren't a lot of names like that. There's a few more for girls that work well in both English and Korean. But yeah, that's why we chose
Oh,
it.
wow. So he's walking all that stuff?
Oh, he's
Yeah.
running like a maniac. Oh,
Oh,
he
is he?
loves to play. Strong.
Yeah?
And yeah, fun.
What's your,
high energy.
Is it your wife's first time coming to Canada?
She had visited. She visited once while we were dating, and then we visited once or twice more after we got married before we moved back.
Okay.
So it's not her first time, but yeah, it's her first time living.
Oh, wow. That's good. So how did you get into the politics from both a teacher to a politician?
I was involved in politics when I was younger, like late high school, early university. I helped form a university campus club
Oh, yeah.
for
What's it called?
the Trent New Democrats.
Okay.
It was part of the Ontario New Democratic Youth Wing.
Mm-hmm.
And so I've been involved ever since then. And I've campaigned a lot, like I've volunteered a lot on campaigns and canvassed and done lit drops and stuff for candidates. Like I say, basically when we moved to this, the ward and the federal riding are almost identical. In the future they will be identical.
Yeah.
There wasn't really another candidate who wanted to do it, and so I stepped in. During the campaign, I kind of became the official candidate like a week and a half in.
Oh, did you?
So it was like hectic, and
Did you expect that coming?
no, of course not.
That's
So
funny.
this time I decided in advance to run and more prepared.
Yeah, good. So what prompted you to be involved as a community advocate? So what's your motivation to be involved, helping the community, running for ward, helping the people? What's your...
It's a great question because municipal candidates all come from sort of different angles.
They do, yeah, I've seen them out of,
Yeah,
maybe.
in my case, I come from sort of the labor angle. Like I'm a union activist, and we have the Toronto and York Region Labor Council. That's kind of the umbrella organization that represents all of the labor unions in Toronto and York Region. I live in Toronto and I work in York Region. I'm actually a delegate to the Labor Council for my region. So I'm the York Region delegate for the Ontario Secondary School Teachers Federation to Toronto and York Region Labor Council. That was a long sentence.
It is.
So
New Democrats long enough.
so that's sort of, I'm passionate about that. I'm passionate about progressive politics. I've been involved in the most popular progressive you said it.
I can even, I
they
know.
are probably going to
I
register
know.
as a third-party advertiser,
Okay,
so I'm not
No, I know
supposed to
quite- I know-
link my
I know-
campaign.
I know quite a few of the people that are from the last election after you said, yeah.
So
Well,
I'm not
they're all good-
supposed to
and they-
link my campaign to them unless they end up
Oh, really? Oh,
endorsing
okay.
me.
Okay. Well,
But,
they're all good people. You knew some of them,
Absolutely.
right? Yeah.
Couldn't agree more.
Yeah, they're great people.
They're very helpful.
And they're all like these new candidates and yourself, they're all grassroots.
Yeah, and so that's another angle I came from in terms of community activism, was working with them and the Labor Council themselves. And so I'm kind of from that camp, if you would, on the political spectrum. And there wasn't really a person from that same angle who wanted to run in the ward. And so I'm doing it. And I'm proud to say that since then I have received the official endorsement of the Toronto and York Region Labor Council as their candidate for Ward 2.
That's great. So I did my research on you a bit.
Good.
Because whole time. So you're a teacher. I knew you're a teacher in Korea before I met you. So I did my feelers. I have people I know all over. So you're classified as one of the top 10 teachers in your district where you taught. Yeah.
Really?
Yeah, because I mentioned your name to people. I have some North Carolinian friends too as well. They know each other, and I ran your name through the Teachers Association there. They have a different name, but they don't call it like that. Or they have a different, I don't know all the different languages, but anyways, you're highly regarded. Well, when they sought the teachers out, they looked at the curriculum of the grade levels and your education, and you're in demand. Yeah. I bet you get a job like that. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
So you got highly respected as the teacher.
Wow.
Before they come back over here.
I didn't even know that.
Gotta throw that at you, give a little pat on the back. What you need?
Yeah, I mean it was a
Like
great
I said,
experience.
Teachers are just like nurses, teachers up there. They're more. They do 110%.
Absolutely.
Absolutely. Great.
It's a rewarding job.
It is. You remember the first time as a teacher we started teaching here in Toronto, and a parent or a student came up to you and said, "Thank you, Mr. Lovell, for helping me out." And the work you did for me? Do you remember that first time?
Oh yeah. It happens a lot. Actually, I had the opportunity once to be a student success teacher.
Oh, what's that?
At Milliken Mills High School, and that's a job where your whole job is to support students who are struggling to attain their credits.
That's amazing.
So you're not teaching like a subject. You're not teaching like geography or English. Your job is to work with students who are struggling to get their credits, which means ultimately to graduate, right?
Yeah.
And that's really
Some people
rewarding.
have
When
like
you
that.
can work with a student who's failing 3 courses, and through your help, not through your help, but partly through your help and encouragement, they put in the effort and managed to like get those credits in the
And
end,
they graduated?
and sort of pull themselves up by the bootstraps,
And then
if
come
you
back to
will,
you and say
and then
that.
they end up graduating. Yeah, it's so
And they
rewarding.
come back to you and talk to you?
Yeah. It's amazing. It's why you do it, right? It's why you sign up for teachers
Benefits,
college.
you teach one level's teaching, but the benefits of what they do in their career, right, in their life.
Yeah.
You see so many times that look back. I remember Mr. Lovell, he taught me I was a struggling student, I was a bad troublemaker, and he had patience with me and all that. There's a movie out there, it's on the internet, I think it's called Head of the Class, can't remember. It's based on a true story of a guy who had Tourette's syndrome. I'll send it your way. And the guy that played the actor, the real guy, and he wanted to be a teacher. He had Tourette's. And in grade school, he was diagnosed, and all the kids made it. And the principal brought him up to the stage and says, he has a situation. What do you want? I think his name was Brad. What do you want? How do you become a teacher? So it jumps to he graduated, top honors as a teacher. He couldn't get a job anywhere. One school finally took him in, and make a story short, the kids loved him. Taught kindergarten, and he got into work in that state for the top teacher. So incredible. It's one of my favorite stories. Yeah. And the guy that played him, because he had to act out the Tourette's syndrome, right? And it was so amazing. And that kid too, they interviewed. Yeah, it was amazing.
Wow.
So I think a teacher, I think of these kind of situations. My mom was a teacher.
Yeah.
My mom was a teacher in India for 12 years at John Bosco School.
Did she teach like high school or elementary?
Kindergarten, and I think it was grade 1. So I got all the pictures there.
Elementary.
Yeah, she taught that for 12
My
years.
mom too. My mom
Yeah?
was an elementary teacher who taught kindergarten.
My mom,
She taught for 30
my
years.
mom's pictures. My mom's Irish, red hair and hazel eyes.
Mhm.
She just passed away back in February, right?
Oh,
yeah,
sorry.
sure, yeah. But she used to speak 3 different dialects of Hindu in India.
Wow.
That's where she was raised, right? Yeah. It's amazing. The white woman speaking is Hindu, right?
I
Yeah.
bet that turned some heads.
I know. And then she came over to Canada. And she ended up working for Allstate.
Yeah.
And part of that, yeah. The teacher's
Well,
amazing.
yeah,
Yeah.
my mom was elementary and kindergarten for 30 years.
Yeah. So that's where you got it from?
I guess so.
Yeah.
I guess so in hindsight, right?
Did you-
When I was in, it's funny, I decided to become a teacher like after my undergraduate.
Yeah.
So it was never like my goal. But then I thought about what I wanted to
So
do.
your mom is a teacher.
I'm
with kids
sure,
and all that.
so my mom's influence was definitely part of it. It has to be, right?
So how'd you feel about your graduation?
Oh, she's very happy to
Yeah?
be a teacher. She's a great mom.
It's
Very
great.
proud.
It's amazing. So back to your background. You got one brother, right?
Nope, I got one sister.
One sister, yeah. And she's a teacher too?
No, she's a nurse.
Oh, nurse.
Yeah,
Wow.
she used to work. She used to be a nurse at the Hospital for Sick Children here in Toronto.
Really?
Yeah.
When was this?
She stopped working there.
My sister used to work there. That's
I
what
guess
it
it was 5 to 10 years.
Oh, okay. Yeah, she was a nurse too. Yeah.
Really? Wow, they might
Sick
know.
kids, yeah. This is way back now. She was first an ECE worker, and then she got into nursing, and she ended up teaching with special needs. I worked for Durham Region doing a private company now, yeah.
Small world,
Well,
hey?
you never know.
Moms,
They might
teachers,
moms,
sisters,
teachers,
nurses.
sisters, nurses, yeah. And we also have something in common too.
What's that?
We talked about the bar already. Oh, guys, right? We went to an amazing bar. What's it called?
The
King
King George's Arms.
Yeah, it's at the corner of Victoria Park and just before Consumers Road.
Yeah.
We weren't
near
allowed
the
to,
401.
yeah, we were going to tape in the rail. We're not allowed to tape on the print, so we were going to plug them.
Yeah.
Conway Burgers, best burger. And I'm a burger fan. People know it's a burger guy. Go for this place. The best burger, best atmosphere and ambience, and it's a great time. And the fries are good too, right?
Yeah. King George's Arms.
Let's go see. Oh, the last thing we have in common: teachers, nurses. Talked about vets. Your grandfather's a war vet.
Yeah.
Right? I'm a vet myself.
Wow, I'm not.
No,
my
no.
grandfather.
We are, yeah,
my
yeah,
grandfather
yeah.
was a lifer in the Canadian Forces, in the Army.
Yeah.
I don't know. I guess it wasn't even called the Canadian Forces back then.
No,
the Royal
no.
Canadian
Yeah,
Army.
yeah.
And he fought in both World War II and Korea.
In Korea.
He was in for I think 30 years, and he retired as a staff sergeant, which was higher than it is now.
Yeah.
It was one of the.
Yeah, before they put the other.
I don't think they had like
before they put
as
the
many
other,
warrant.
the other 40 officer rates. I'm gonna get overseen that.
And so yeah, he was a cavalryman.
Oh yeah, yeah.
To start
And his
in the
dragoons,
Royal
right?
Canadian Dragoons.
That's a rarity. Yeah.
And then later on, he was a tank driver. He was the tank sergeant, so he was the driver
yeah.
in his tank. and he fought in the Normandy campaign, and he fought again in Korea. I think he was infantry in Korea because I don't know if Canada had armored units in Korea or not. I'm not enough of a military historian, but yeah, his trade within the army was tank driving.
And your mom just gave you recently a box of these medals?
Yeah, just the other day. I've already seen it all. I've already seen it all in the past with my parents.
Do you know what all the medals are for?
I brought it home, yeah.
Like, you know
I don't know what they're all for. I do know what some of them are for.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna have to do some research.
So
I like your idea of getting them framed. I think that's a good idea.
Yeah, and then we talked earlier about one of your videos coming up. You want to do maybe?
Maybe, yeah.
Something with honor your grandfather, right?
It's a good idea.
So it's funny. Your grandfather fought in South Korea, and you went to South Korea to be a teacher.
Yeah, it was one of the reasons I chose South Korea. At that time, both South Korea and Japan had like similar programs to hire Canadian teachers. But I wanted to go to South Korea to learn more about it because of my grandfather.
When you talked earlier, I asked you when you ran around doing tours of the like there's a lot of places there that are dedicated to Canadian troops that sacrifice.
Yeah.
Did you have an ominous feel of your grandfather fought here somewhere in the land and all? Yeah.
Big time.
How did it feel?
It made me feel connected to him. Yeah, it was really good. He passed away a long time ago when I was about 5 or 6 years old. So yeah, they have a huge war memorial museum in downtown Seoul.
Yeah.
And it has information about the Canadian Army. And then there's also at Kapyong Village, which is where Canada fought arguably its most important engagement in the war against the Chinese. There's a Canadian memorial and there's a UN Army memorial, both. So that's a very special place if you're interested in learning about some of the sacrifice and valor that our veterans have shown.
Yeah. So your grandfather fought for the freedom of Canada. Now you're fighting for the people of this war, the city, right?
I don't know if I would compare the two.
Well,
one is a bit more
you're both serving the community.
valorous.
You're both serving your country. You are, right?
But I'm trying to fight. The way I look at it is I'm trying to fight for the working class.
He fought with a weapon. You fought with your voice.
Exactly. So yeah, I look at it as I'm trying to fight for the working class people of Scarborough to build a more affordable life.
Yeah, exactly. So let's go into your platform. I've been through. I like all your. If you go on his website, you'll see all the little videos he's got there.
Yeah.
He's got one with the snow, so I don't look at that one.
There's more than one with the snow.
I know. I know.
So
you took those way back.
Basically, snow removal has been contracted out, and since then, it hasn't been going so good.
Look at the list here. So I went through all your websites and all your videos.
Yeah.
I like keep doing the videos. I like the videos.
We're still making them.
I'm glad. Keep putting them out there. And
a new one just came out about Kidstown. Yeah.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Is it on the internet now?
It's up now. Just
I haven't seen
yesterday
it yet.
or the day before.
Okay. Yeah. What's that about?
It's about Kidstown.
Yeah.
The free water park. It's on Birchmount. It's in Ward 22 on Birchmount near McNichol. And I'm saying that they should put in a canteen, like a snack bar. That's the only thing it's like. It's a great place.
Yeah. There's nothing there, right? There's nothing there now.
It's open now.
But there's no canteen or anything?
Right, that's right.
What about like a food truck?
So it was closed for renovations for a long time. It's open now. Yeah, food truck, something like that.
Yeah,
exactly. They need like a canteen or a food
truck. Refreshments and all that, right? Wow. So we'll go through your campaign. The first thing I already talked about is housing.
So my top.
Sorry. It's your interview. You do your choice.
No, you're right. It's about housing. My top 3 pledges. The first one is to freeze property taxes with no cuts to service funding. How are you going to do that? Okay, so if you look on my website or my leaflets, you'll see the details. Basically, I want to try to shift the burden of taxation in Toronto from regular people, homeowners, and tenants, because tenants end up paying the property tax for their landlord, to the ultra wealthy by increasing the vacant home tax, the luxury home tax, which starts at a minimum of a home. It's for the people who buy a home at $3 million or up. Okay. So some of those homes, like on the bridle path, are more like 30.
Yeah, I just came down
$1 million.
Yeah. I'm like, holy smoke.
So I'm saying we need to tax them more when they buy a home. And also, I believe we should investigate and hopefully institute a vacant commercial unit tax.
Oh, that's a good idea.
So I believe that real estate and property should be used to house people, and in the case of retail units, commercial units, to host businesses. Yeah. It shouldn't be left empty for the purpose of speculation. Yeah. We all know that long-term property values always go up. Yeah. Some people buy just for that purpose. But in a crowded city that needs more housing solutions, we need to get away from
there's so many empty buildings in the city downtown, they're not even used.
Exactly. And so those are
underused, like the Metro Convention Center, right?
Yeah.
Never used properly.
If we were to institute those tax solutions, I believe we can afford to freeze property tax. So I'm not saying like get rid of property tax.
Yeah.
I understand what a huge portion of city revenues it is, but if we freeze it, let's say next year we have, like this year there's inflation of 2.4%, but we keep property taxes where they are. In real terms, that is kind of a saving of 2.4% on your property.
What do you think of the land transfer tax? Reducing or get rid of it?
So the land transfer tax, again, like I would
Wasn't
only,
it a creative way
I
forward?
want to raise
Yeah.
it on the luxury homes, 3 million to
exactly.
50 million. I'm happy with the way it is right now for regular.
Okay.
My second major pledge is free TTC for youth
That's a big one,
and
yeah.
seniors.
And how you gonna do
Now
that?
it's already free, I think up to 12.
Yeah.
So I'm arguing to extend that up to 17, and then also 65 plus. So
What about
if
people
you
with
look,
special needs? Like, quite a few they're limited to
So-
take a TTC.
a voter recommended that to me too,
Yeah.
and I think it's a great idea to look into.
I go to my friend's friend.
Sometimes we need to, maybe we can't do everything all at once, but for special needs, I think it is a good
Like
idea.
my buddy Frank, I just saw him yesterday at McDonald's, had a good laugh with him, joking around. And we discussed it. He had an interview with my pod,
Mhm.
and he can't go sometimes his medical because he can't afford the TTC for the
Yeah.
month. That's so sad, right?
I think it's a good idea. And yeah, the vacant commercial unit tax, if it was set to 3%, the same as the vacant home tax, it could actually raise a lot of money, and it would probably pay for both the property tax fees and the free TTC for youth.
Well, Mrs.
Ultimately, long term, not in the next 4 years, but long term, maybe over the decades, I would like to see a free TTC forever.
That'd be great, yeah.
But that's more aspirational, right? I'm not. I know there's no magic money
Yeah,
tree. I know
yeah.
that we can't do everything all at
People
once.
always question that when you make that announcement, they
Yeah.
like, how's it going to be done? Well,
Yeah.
in Mississauga, it's free seniors right now.
Yeah,
Yeah, so it can be done here. And
It can be,
Mississauga is a lot
for
smaller than Toronto,
that's right.
right?
And my third tax is similar. It's kind of long term and aspirational, but it's that like City Council approved. They're going to run a 4-store pilot program for publicly like city owned grocery stores.
Oh, yes.
And I want to see long term, like I'm talking 20 or 30 years. I want to see one in every ward.
So you're trying to
So there will be 25
give
branches.
competition for the other conglomerate stores?
It would
Yeah.
actually have an effect on prices, and if the operation is that large, it might be able to handle some of its own logistics,
Mhm.
which would make it more efficient, right?
But even
So
the local groceries with their own brands used to be cheaper, like Great Value, food bases have the Here's a School, well, now they're just the same price as the regular high price item. So
Yeah.
there's no difference. They're not
Well,
saving anything.
because they're owned by them in many
That's
cases.
right, that's
No
right.
frills
Yeah.
and what's the other one that used to be
Loblaw?
sort of budget
Loblaw?
marketing was towards budget. No frills.
Food basic.
Food based,
Yeah,
that's it. Yeah, thank you.
yeah.
They're both owned by the conglomerates.
Exactly,
now.
that's
It's-
what I mean.
There's basically two grocery giants that
Yeah.
control a majority of the industry, and so that's why they're really just the same now, whether it's No Frills or
My
Loblaws.
other interview
It's almost the same.
the other day, a few people planned an idea of maybe it's kind of far fetched, but they said, you know what, you should have a stipulation or a law in Canada, especially after COVID, agreed. If you raise your prices, say you're going to raise the price of the bag of flour, there's the government standard. If you raise the price, that comes down automatically by a percentage for the customer.
Mm-hmm.
And that should be standard.
Yeah.
That'd be like an idea like that.
Yeah.
That way they can't get away with what they're doing right now.
Yeah.
You know? Every time I go to Walmart, the eggs are going up by a dime all the time. Like, what's
Yeah.
this?
A lot of these
You know?
things like rent
Yeah.
and grocery prices, the municipal government doesn't have control of it
That's another
directly.
thing, yeah, rent control. and
But-
yeah.
But we can introduce new alternatives
Yeah.
that help people,
Yeah.
right, in a different way.
I mean, you
And
can't
so I
change
think
what's established, but you can actually add to what is there. right?
exactly for public
I
groceries,
just made that up.
exactly. You got it. No, for
Yeah.
for the grocery idea, that's exactly
Yeah,
it.
it's true.
So
It's true.
let's use our ward for an example. Ward 22. I don't know how many large supermarkets there are. Off the top of my head, we got No Frills at the Agincourt Mall.
I
We've
think we
got
got
Metro.
I think we got 10 Scarborough. That's
Yours,
right, yeah.
Food Mart,
And there's,
TNT.
and there's an
no,
abandoned,
TNT's
you know, on
not.
Kennedy there's an abandoned No Frills.
Yeah, we got
Available
Foodie
here?
Mart.
Yeah.
So there's lots.
Yeah.
There's lots of large supermarkets, and adding one more is not like a radical thing,
No,
right?
no.
So, like I say, this would be a long-term plan.
Yeah.
What I was kind of thinking, a good way to do it would be one new branch per year.
That's good.
So and eventually you end up with 25 branches.
It's a competition, right?
I don't like that the original pilot project is only 4 stores because that's not even one per former municipality.
No,
like, we're the 6, right?
Yeah. Especially this, when they extended the awards when they reduced the council seating.
Yeah.
Like, it's like your award, like any candidacy. I give kudos to like Beaches, your award. Scarborough's the biggest wards in all the whole city.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
So
we're the most neglected.
yeah, I
true,
think
yeah.
I would like to see a public grocery store in each ward,
That'd be great.
and it would be obviously unionized employees. Most large supermarkets in Toronto are already unionized, which is a good thing. And so, but it would be good union jobs in every neighborhood, and also we could, the percentage of the food price that the store owners take in profit is fairly small, but that's after they pay their huge franchise fees to the conglomerates like the Weston family, who earn billions, billions.
And they only have one spokesman, Mr. Weston.
That's right. So when people say it's not possible or it's not feasible, there are arguments to be made about the scope and how the logistics would be handled, but I think it's possible. And actually, I think the larger it is, the more feasible it is, because of how the grocery industry works in terms of logistics, shipping, and warehousing. It's a large operation. So,
but as we know, as you get to challenge these big conglomerates, they'll be challenging you back. They're trying to put it down, right?
Yeah, of course.
That's
they're going to be.
Once you take their greed, you take their surplus of greed away, and they panic, right?
If my idea was actually introduced at council, you'll suddenly notice hundreds of accounts on social media saying what a bad idea.
Oh yeah, of course, yeah. People usually, because they're not understanding the whole scenario, just explain it, they'll accuse you, and that comes with the job.
Yeah.
Like what are you doing, like get a life and all that stuff.
Yeah.
At least you're trying, right?
Yeah.
They're trying for an idea. And you like people's ideas. I mentioned what's the logo you have on the bottom of your, in the middle of your, I'm living it. What is it?
I just changed that a couple weeks ago. Yeah, I think it said I'm not just your advocate or your ally. I'm one of you.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, I like that.
Which is true. I'm a working class guy.
I like it.
Yeah. No. I just changed it to.
Oh, that one. What was that?
That's the new one, and I like it.
Yeah. So what is it again?
I'm not only your advocate or your ally. I'm one of you. Something like that.
And I expected the picture at the bottom with a little stick like this.
I like it because it's true. Like I'm just a regular guy. I work every day. I worked today. I worked a full shift today, teaching. I'm doing the online summer school. Yeah. So yeah, I'm a working class guy, and I think we need more people like that in government. It's one thing to say I'm a progressive and I identify with you. I want to help the working class, but I am the working class, and I know what people need.
You can appreciate a budget better than the people that go over the sewage.
You got it. Right? I know what people need to make their lives, to help make those ends meet. And that's one of the reasons I'm running.
Oh, that's good. Okay. So go on with your platform. What's your next one?
Well, those were the 3 big ones. I try. If you go to the website, you'll see, as you said, there's a much longer list.
Yeah, let's go.
But I usually focus on the 3. So the next one, probably the 4th one that almost made the cut for the leaflets.
Which one?
And the homepage is housing.
Yes.
I believe we need to build and acquire more public housing to keep rents down.
Because shelters are not the answer.
So I believe that freezing property tax would help slightly with rent, because, like I said, tenants end up paying the property tax for their landlords. But also, I think, the problem is the city has no control over rent control. That's provincial.
They get all the time.
And Ford got rid of it.
When I ran, I said I wanted to reduce rent by 20%.
Yeah.
Lock in 3 years. They said, "What are you, a communist?"
Yeah.
I said, "What am I?" No, it's just something. It's a provincial thing. Well,
it's a provincial thing, and Ford
you got
got
the mayor work with the premier. Why can't you have city council work with the premier and the mayor?
I know. And Ford basically
together, right?
Ford basically got rid of rent control.
Yeah.
So yeah, I know. We need to advocate strongly to the
Exactly.
You're right.
Because you're not limited what you. I mean, your limited capacity. What you do is an award, but you have a voice.
That's right.
You have your curriculum, and you have people behind you.
But so what we can do as a city directly is acquire and build more public housing, right? And those can be basically rent controlled because the city is in charge of them. Right? They're city property essentially through Toronto Community Housing. So yeah, that's my next one. If you look there, I have a bunch of stuff about snow removal. We recorded those. We recorded those back in January and February. Snow removal has been contracted out, and it's gone downhill.
Well, when the last snow, even the last one, when they plow, it's only like one lane they plow for the road. Like, what is this?
Oh, and the sidewalks.
There's no, like, people with wheelchairs and walkers. They have to go on the street to wait for the bus. Yeah, it's terrible.
Even when they clear the sidewalks, it's too narrow
Yep.
for anything. Like our stroller doesn't fit,
Yep.
wheelchairs don't fit,
Oh, yeah.
even a walker won't fit.
Yeah.
And so, okay, the sidewalk is cleared for people with no mobility issues,
right, yeah.
but it's not cleared for anyone else.
Yeah.
And so there's another video about the necessity to clear the bus shelter waiting areas.
Yeah, exactly.
People are walking through these mountains of
Well, yeah,
snow.
and they're all piled up there, you know.
Several days later, after the roads have been cleared.
And even the sidewalks going off of the road, like the gap there's nothing there.
There's a huge problem with that on Huntingwood in this ward.
Oh yeah.
Because they built these wide bike lanes with
Oh yeah,
tall
when they change the
curves.
lanes. Yeah, yeah.
and so those got all full of snow and ice. There's another video about that.
Yeah, I saw that.
Lots of videos about snow and ice.
I haven't been in a long
Because we
time.
had a harsh winter.
I saw it the other not too long ago. I was like, what is this?
Yeah.
Came one later, or like, what's this like, parking bike lane? What is it? And it's those things you're talking about. Somebody could have an accident here, right?
So I think they did it to try to slow down traffic in that area for the residents, but actually the residents hate it.
They need it, right?
It's very tricky to avoid it with their car when they're going in and out of their driveway, especially when they're backing
Oh
up.
yeah, yeah.
And it's the number one complaint I get when I'm canvassing.
Oh, really?
They all complain about this. They want those gone.
As you think-
I don't want the bike lanes gone.
Yeah.
I
It's
just
doing those stupid things on them.
the
Yeah.
way they planned
Yeah,
and
yeah.
constructed it is just disastrous.
What's your feedback been canvassing with people talking to you? How you have been?
Very positive. People love the three main pledges.
Yeah.
People are, to be frank, not very pleased with the current councillor,
Yeah.
Councillor Mantis. Everyone says he's basically absent. It's hard to get in touch with him. He never shows up to council meetings, etc., etc.
Is it like all the incumbents? No, I'm kidding. I'm kidding. I know you all. You're all good people. It's time to retire. Move on. Seriously.
So
80,
yeah,
30 years.
the feedback has been very positive. But in order to really challenge,
Yeah.
we need to expand the campaign. We need to print a lot more
Yeah.
leaflets. We're going to need more money and more volunteers.
Yeah, volunteers. Oh, yeah, even volunteers. You're looking for volunteers,
So
right?
please go to danlovell.ca.
Yeah. What kind of volunteers do you want?
Oh, any help is more than.
To do what? Like canvassing, administration, phone calls, and all that?
So we're pretty good for the videos and social. We got that unlocked, but we need canvassers, lit draw, like people who. If you want to talk to people and join the canvasses,
Yeah.
that's great. If you don't want to talk to people but you want to help out, you can always just drop the postcards in people's
Yeah.
mailbox. Eh? It's much faster, very easy. You don't need to worry about any social anxiety. I'm going to need lawn sign requests. Those can't go up until
Till
October,
October 1st, yeah.
but I have lawn signs that are ready to go up.
Well, you've got on your website for you got go through. You got signs, and you also got I like what you got there. I'll give you a ride.
Yeah, if you go to the danlovell.ca, you can sign up to be a volunteer. You can directly donate. You can request a ride to vote,
Yeah.
and you can request a lawn sign. There's little tabs.
I was
for all
going to
of
call your number, so I need to rent a grocery bar. I'll vote for you. I need to rent a grocery.
them. Sign up. Sign up on the website.
I need to rent a grocery store also, yeah.
And it even
That's
lets you
good.
choose
That's
which
good.
date you want to
Yeah.
vote on.
Then why did you put that in there?
The administration.
I'll give you a ride. Why is that? Why did you do
I
that?
don't know. Why not? Some people
Because
want to
people-
vote, but they need a ride,
Yeah,
right?
they need a ride, especially people with accessibility problems and all that.
People with
they-
accessibility problems,
Yeah.
people who don't have their own car, people who maybe they're senior citizens
Yeah,
or.
well, let's get on to the
Yeah.
senior citizens. I know
Yeah.
I saw your website with seniors and all. What you want to do with that?
So the big promise, obviously, for seniors is to make TTC free for
Free.
65
Yeah.
plus.
Yeah.
That's the big one for seniors.
Great. So continue on with your lister.
I'm trying to think
Yeah,
without it
yeah.
in front of me
Hey,
here.
I got to remind you.
I think.
I'm not on his team yet.
Okay,
I'm
yeah.
just kidding.
So there's a couple local.
Yeah.
There's a couple local issues I wanted to focus
Yeah.
on. One of them is the Bridletown Community Hub.
Yes. Yes.
It was announced in 2011.
And I saw the pictures. I was like, what?
If you're
Is
doing
it-
the
is
math,
it that bad? I
it's-
can't believe that when
it's
I
that
saw it.
bad.
Yeah.
If you're doing the math, that's
Thank you for doing
15
the videos.
years,
Put
and
that up.
nothing has happened.
Yeah.
And it became this derelict, dangerous place full of
And when I was
refuse.
back in the 70s, that was like the place to be at, right?
Yeah.
To be at the
Well,
money.
it was the schoolyard, right?
Yeah, yeah.
And there's fences, but the gates were wide open.
So,
Yeah, it was
yeah.
bad. Now, the day after Nick Mantis registered to run, everything got
Cleaned
locked
up?
up and secured and cleaned up.
Oh, wow.
And there was an announcement, but the announcement is still not clear about any timeline. They did the
You
groundbreaking.
think he was looking at your campaign or something, your website?
I don't know.
I mean, that's
doubt
kind of
it,
coincidental.
but it's good
you got a
timing.
video and then it's all cleaned up.
It's good timing for an incumbent.
So if you want to help your constituents, go do more videos in dilapidated place and he'll clean up for you. Hey,
I
don't
agree.
cost you money.
There's another
Let it occur.
abandoned
Yeah.
construction site on Birchmount, right beside the Tam O'Shanter golf course.
Yeah.
It's, if you go past it, it has like the green insulation up.
Yep.
It's kind of a construction site with
Yeah,
green
yeah.
and it's been sitting there for years, idle. So there's a few places city government needs to act on.
Yeah.
Right? Clean up these places, build something useful.
And we talked earlier, you did the deputation there. I was there when you were, I think it was,
That was about the new development
yeah.
at 2240 Birchmount.
Yeah.
So when I talk to Agincourt residents and the Agincourt civic associations, they tell me that they're not opposed to new housing. They know the area needs new housing, but the transit options stink, right?
Yeah.
In Ward 22, we only have buses and GO trains. We don't have any LRTs or subways.
That's it.
So Metrolinx is supposedly planning the Shepherd extension for the subway to run across Scarborough, but there's not even a timeline.
Connect with the Shepherd station on our Shepherd Fairview.
It would start at Don Mills,
Yeah.
and I'm not sure exactly how far east it's supposed to go. Who knows, right?
I mean, it should
At least McCowan, I would imagine.
Yeah.
But to be honest, who knows how far away that is. So I think the Agincourt area on Kennedy and on Shepherd, wherever there's 3 lanes, we need to make that far right lane a bus lane.
Yeah.
Because the buses get trapped there, especially on Shepherd.
Yeah.
The buses, like the Shepherd bus, if people are going all the way across to Finch Station, or even people who are going east to Agincourt Go, the congestion is so bad.
Yeah.
And they're planning so many huge new condo and apartment buildings in the vicinity.
Like they just repaved Shepherd not too long ago.
Yeah.
Finally, it was so bad.
It's good now,
That road was
yeah.
so bad, yeah.
They're planning so many huge new buildings in the vicinity of the Agincourt Mall that the congestion is just going to get worse and worse
Have you
unless.
seen the picture behind the Red Lobster that I think is building it now?
No.
The one on Shepherd, the Red Lobster restaurant?
You mean the big red building?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think it's open now.
It's
I think
open,
people are
yeah,
in
that's
there.
crazy.
Yeah.
You
So
know,
that's just
like that.
There's so many being built in that
Yeah.
area, which is good in terms of housing.
Yeah.
But we need transit solutions, and that will help drivers too. Like the
Oh, yeah.
congestion is bad for
Well,
everyone.
look at
Right?
Shepherd and Young, when they build those condos. You go down there, I even go down there in rush hour.
That's rough.
It's just nuts. You can't even move.
Yeah.
That's the thing. So,
Well, that's where we used to live.
oh, that?
We
Yeah.
lived in Willowdale for a little.
Oh, did you? Okay. You live in a house right now?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, on Lamar Road Drive.
You bought it or rented?
We bought it. Yeah, it was our first home in Canada.
Oh, that's good. That's good. So go on to your list there. Yeah.
Trying to think. I think I've said most of the things that are up on the website.
Yeah.
Basically.
You talk about students.
So free TTC for everyone 17 and under.
Yeah.
That's the main thing for students. So in a lot of ways, I support what Mayor Chow is doing. I'm
Yeah.
pretty much pro Mayor Chow.
For what?
Especially in terms of the student food program that she's
Yes.
running. Yeah, the school food,
Yeah.
food program. That is, so, the city doesn't really run education. Like city council doesn't really have a lot of power over education.
Yeah.
But we can do things like have students going to class on a full stop,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
And I support her in that. Her plan is to expand that program into
Well,
every school that
for me,
requests it.
Remember, there's a church, the precious blood have the humongous all down. You got like 3 ovens and stuff.
Yeah.
Underused. Rosalima has a kids thing. They have breakfast the school beside it.
Mhm.
So they feed the kids. Not a lot of kids, but it's there. People donate. So it's all donations, right? Like the Rear 15 Carrots, my church down here on pharmacy. It's underused. It's got a nice kitchen there. So I know they're all private. I've discussed it before with the
Yeah.
candidates. I mean, if we can get away, maybe I don't help them out in some way,
Yeah.
even donations, and then just use these, not just for kids too, but also, people that are starving out there and need food, right?
Maybe the school food program could work with them.
Yeah, I mean, you feed the kids, you got to feed the adults, care of the kids, right?
Sure.
Kids, these kids are loud, tough and strong. Mom, wait, we can't get the food in you. So I need the banana.
I know Mayor Chow's plan, her goal, is that every school that requests
Yeah.
the food program can get it.
I like what you
And
started, but
totally-
I wasn't happy with the outcome of the government, the way they treated her.
Mhm.
She got the entire scoop. And they kind of like joked in a way about what she was starting up with the videos, do the little extra fruits and vegetables and all that. But and I see it, and I see the outcome, I see the negativity for the public, because they don't explain it like we're so many times how much they can do, what she's doing. And I've known her for years. and her husband. And I think, seeing that, the government should fully fund. It should fully fund all these programs.
I agree.
Why should the citizens of this city that pay enough taxes fighting to feed their kids, or in the cost of living and housing? This is all, and also another factor, as we talked about, it's in your website, is the mental factor of all this, the stress that goes on with it. You know, am I going to feed my kids next day? Or, you know, I have one of my little nieces. Way back, she came back and said, "Can I bring my friend over for dinner?" I go, "Yeah." So my sister said, "Yeah, bring her." "Can I bring her home tomorrow?" I go, "Yeah." "Can I bring her next day?" I go, "Well, yeah." What's the Well, she doesn't get a meal every 3 days. So sad, right? But my little niece being a little advocate of the community,
Yeah,
right?
right on.
Yeah, but that's a perfect example.
When is she old enough to run for city council?
She got a kid now.
Oh, okay.
She wants to be a lawyer. Actually, she wants to be a lawyer for social programs. She wants to fight because she's been through the process of. She wants to be a lawyer for fighting for low-income families that can't afford lawyers and all. Yeah, she wants to.
Like Chiara Padovani.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, Chiara. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. But it's amazing. Yeah. So like, think with the students, you know, they fully funded. Like you hear tunings for tummies, it's not fully funded by the government. It's a lot of donations. It goes to the public. The grocery store is kicked in, but that should be fully funded. In fact, you're calling the word tunings for tummies should be more like sure like 50s for kids. You know, like. Yeah, but the food can be cheap, and actually, I don't know if you know this, but I got one of my buddies. He's I don't think he's a teacher. He's an advocate. He goes out to schools teaching about nutrition in schools. And he says Canada is one of the 3 countries that does not have a national food program. You know that, right?
So do you know Jamie Oliver?
Yes.
He was a huge advocate for this in the United Kingdom, and he got real changes made.
Yeah,
and
exactly.
it's inspirational. When I was in South Korea, every public school has lunch served to the students. You go to the cafeteria, you get a lunch. And I believe it depends on the school and the area. The families pay a small fee every month, but it's subsidized. It's made very affordable and reasonable. And the portions and the nutrition is fantastic.
It's amazing.
Good meat, good veggies. Of course, rice because it's Korea.
Right,
a soup every day, and there's usually a little treat or dessert as well. The kids are satisfied, and everyone looks forward to their lunch.
Get your carbs, you get your protein,
and you don't pay at the point of service. You just line up with your tray, and you get a fantastic meal.
Because we have to invest in our kids, as I said before. These are our futures.
Our GDP per capita.
Your son is our future. If he's not fed properly in school, his brain's affected by his stomach, and he's not going to get back to society.
You got it. In Korea, they call kids dream trees.
Oh, really?
They're going to grow into their dreams,
right?
They're dream trees. That's like a nickname people have for children. And their GDP per capita is lower than ours.
Yeah.
So if they can provide every student a fantastic, large portion, nutritious meal every day, but we can't.
And we're a bigger society.
Yeah.
Right?
Well, they have a bigger population, but we're wealthy.
Yeah.
Per capita.
Yeah. Exactly. I like that. I like the dream
trees.
Yeah. That's great. So go on with your website.
Yeah, I mean, I think I've covered most of the main topics. I don't want to get.
Didn't you get an award or something? You got recognized for something?
What do you mean? No.
And you're recognized for as a volunteer. You do a few things.
No.
No?
You might be thinking of a different candidate.
No, I'm thinking of you. I just read not too long ago. You're part of some of the parties you're part of. You get recognized for your work in certain things, remember?
No.
Okay.
What do you mean?
It was in your, I read in your other website there. Yeah. You're part of the, you're organizing or something? You're recognized as an organizer or something?
Oh yeah, I'm an organizer for the OSSTF union, and for the Labor Council. Okay. I didn't win any award. Oh, I know what you're thinking of though. I won the endorsement.
So you gotta do your research so the cans are gonna freak out. The cans forget sometimes.
I know what he means. It wasn't technically an award. I won the endorsement of Toronto and New York Region Labor Council.
That's right.
They endorsed me as their candidate for.
I was gonna say it unless you didn't say it.
It wasn't like
but that's something. That's amazing.
It's not like an award, but it was. I was very honored to get it.
And why did they recognize you? Why? How's that?
Well, I'm a delegate to Labor Council,
yeah.
And I've been around working hard for my union, OSSTF.
Yeah.
But actually, there was a whole interview process. They wanted to make sure that my values as a candidate aligned with the Labor Council values, and they agreed that they do. And then they put the committee in charge of endorsing candidates, sort of brought my name forward to the whole delegates meeting.
Where there's like in the bowl there.
Well, for Ward 22, just mine. They chose me. Yeah. They chose me over the other candidates. And altogether, I think so far they've endorsed 5 or 6 candidates altogether,
Yeah.
but coming up in the first week of August, there will likely be more at the next delegates meeting.
So,
So that's what you're talking about. Yeah, it was a great honor. I was so nervous.
I totally read your
When they read the list.
What are you talking about?
I was at the meeting as a delegate.
Yeah, yeah.
And when they were reading who they decided to, I was so nervous.
Oh,
And then
were
they
you?
said my name. There was like a list of well-known incumbents.
Yeah.
Jamal Myers, Councillor Malik,
Yeah.
um,
A couple others there.
Shelley Carroll,
Yeah.
if I remember correctly.
And you're sitting there like
and Dan Lovell. And I was like, wow.
Who
yeah.
am I?
Yeah. So that was very exciting.
Did they ever explain why they picked you over them?
No, so they only picked me over the other candidates in Ward 22.
Yeah.
And it's basically because my platform
Yeah.
is for the working class.
Yeah.
It's for the everyday person, and that's Labor Council's values, right? That's what they
Yeah,
state.
pictures of like the ward and all that.
No, there wasn't like a
I'll
any
make
like
it up. I'll
presentation.
get the dollar
It
amount.
was really just they
Fill it in,
said
huh?
they listed the names and I was
Yeah.
on.
But it's on your website.
Oh yeah, I'm very proud of
So
it.
I'm learning you where. I did see it there. Remember?
I'm very proud. Yeah.
See, that's good. Anything else you want to add to your platform at all?
I think I've covered most things for my platform.
Yeah.
To sum it all up, basically my whole platform is to try to make life more affordable for regular working class people in Ward 22.
Okay, good. So why should people vote for you?
That's it. My pledges are to literally have an impact on your pocketbook. I know how hard it is to pay all your bills, even if you have a good job. I'm in a lucky position. I have a good job.
Yeah.
It's hard to pay the
Yeah.
mortgage and all the other bills every month.
Yeah.
And like for a lot of people in the ward, it must be an almighty struggle. And it's why levels of personal debt are at all-time
Yeah.
highs right now. That's a Canada-wide
Yeah,
problem.
yeah,
It's not a Ward 22 specific. But my pledges are to try to help as much as the city government can, which is limited in some ways, but there's still things we can do to help people pay their bills and maybe have a few pennies to rub together at the end of every month to put it aside for their kids' education.
Well, in fact,
Or maybe you're
yeah.
saving up for your first
And what
home,
you're
right?
doing there, you do helping the kids with their with getting an education. They're struggling. That's totally related to what you said.
I grew up in the Greater Toronto area, and the GTI I grew up in was a place where the average family with one or two decent jobs could afford to help their kid with tuition and could afford to save up their down payment on a house when they were at a young age, 20s, 30s, in their 20s to 30s. And things have changed so much,
Yeah.
and we need to push back,
Yeah.
right? That's
Yeah. And speaking of that, mentoring. What do you think of mentoring for teenagers, young adults? Not just being government put up there.
yeah. So like obviously I'm a high school teacher, and a part of that is I'm involved in a lot of.
Did they have a mentoring thing for the high school for kids?
They don't have an adult
like
student mentoring, but there's a lot of extracurricular opportunities. So I've coached a girls soccer team, a debate club, Model United Nations.
you're a model.
What was it this year I did? Oh, weight room club
Oh,
for
yeah?
kids who want to
That's
work
great.
out and get in
Yeah,
shape.
that's great.
I've coached so many clubs and teams just in the last 4 years
Yeah?
since I started working in New York Region.
How's that feel?
Oh, it's great, right?
Yeah.
That's to me that's what mentoring is all
Because
about.
kids are so impressionable, right? Young adults, they're impressionable.
Yeah.
And they, they look for not to be criticized all the time. And our purpose is like watching all these shows and all that, like to make a mistake is like a downfall, but they're all part of the process.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So you want to teach them, you want to help them improve, whether it's soccer or debate or whatever, but you want to model that professionalism, how to be a kind and caring adult. Like, yeah, I want you to work hard,
Yeah.
but I don't need to treat you like a dictator to get you to
Exactly,
work hard.
yeah,
Because you want to work hard, because you want to succeed.
And,
Right?
and reward and recognition is big for you, right?
Yeah.
When they, like you.
Oh, it's amazing. When you see your team improve, whether it's on the field or on the debate
Yeah.
stage, from game one of the season to the last
You sit
game,
there just,
sometimes it's really big because you started out down here
Yeah,
sometimes.
yeah, yeah. I'd be in tears doing all this right now.
Oh,
like,
it feels so
especially work
good.
with kids and nursing and kids and all, like,
The
like to see the results is just you can't even like put a word to it.
The first time I ever coached kids was when I was a student teacher in Teachers College, and I was at Ajax High School in Durham Region, and I was coaching the junior boys soccer team, and we lost our first match 10-0.
Oh my god.
And by the end of the season, they were LASA semifinals. Like here we have well, in York we have the YRAA, York Region Athletics Association. In Durham Region it's called LASA, Lake Ontario Secondary Schools Athletics.
Okay.
And they ended up being semifinalists for that whole area, which is like
So you went from 0 to
Pickering, Ajax, Whitby, Oshawa.
Yeah.
That whole area. Out of all the high schools, they ended up being the junior boys soccer team semifinalists.
That's
After
really
losing the first match of the season,
Yeah.
10-0.
And that's your teaching, right?
They ended up in the final
So that's
four.
something you as
So
an
it was like,
That's
wow.
a reflection you as
I
an
mean,
individual, like the way you are, who are, and what you've done.
the credit goes to the kids,
Yeah.
but it sure feels good
Yeah.
when you.
Oh, the kids- yeah, the kids
we
are
had
clear,
fun
right?
too. Like
Yeah.
they had a fun season. They were a great group of
Yeah.
kids, but it feels real good.
So like the underdogs became the upperdogs, right?
Exactly.
Yeah. That's a
It
reflection
feels
of you
good.
as a person.
Yeah.
Not just as a
They-
teacher, but as a human being, right?
I'll be honest, and you can probably guess after a 10-0 loss, they needed a lot of coaching, but they took it, right?
Yeah.
They listened,
Yeah.
and they worked hard, and they improved every game, and they ended up being the final four. It was
Here's the question:
amazing.
as a teacher, what are your methods that get these results? What is it about you?
I'm a good question. I've been doing it for a long time, so
And that's not on your website.
you always change. You're always sort of adding in more nuance. I would say I have high expectations, but I'm laid back at the same time. Like I try to always be positive.
That's good.
Even if a student does end up like failing the course because they didn't work hard, or
Yeah.
maybe they have attendance issues or whatever, really, it's up to them and the life they want to live. These are not little kids, right?
Yeah.
These are kids who are starting to decide who they want to be, how successful they want to be, where they want to go, what they want to do in life. And so I try to motivate them. I try to push them towards success, but I try to never be negative.
That's good. That's good.
I would say that's kind of my basic approach. I try to get them to show their learning very clearly through assessments, but I also try not to have too many assessments that are not useful.
You must
Like,
get feedback from the parents when you see the kids getting improved with your teaching.
especially when I had that job where I was the student success teacher.
Yeah, that's amazing.
really-
Wow.
So I would say I'm at a really good school with really hardworking students. So motivation is only needed for those couple kids in each class.
Yeah.
I would say.
You get a message for the kids if they watch this video.
Sometimes it works and sometimes it doesn't. A message for the kids.
Maybe your fellow teachers out there.
Well, fellow teachers, maybe I'll just mention, solidarity and good luck because we're entering our negotiations.
Oh, yes.
And the government is being very standoffish.
Uh-oh.
But for the kids, for the high school kids out there, I would say, work hard in school, but think very carefully about where you want to go and what you want to study. Try not to be influenced too much by others, whether it's parents, teachers, school culture. You do need to chart your own path. And the thing is, when you do that, when you find the subjects you are actually passionate about, you will be much more successful. The higher grades will come almost automatically because when you're learning, you will actually find it interesting. You will actually become passionate about what you're studying, and that sort of just translates into better grades and eventually maybe into the right post-secondary program where you will have a lot more freedom to pursue what you want. So I would say, be an individual when it comes to choosing your pathways, and that should help you in terms of success as well in school and later in life.
Okay, that's great. Yeah, nice.
Like I love, when I was in high school, I loved history.
Oh, you like history?
I took
Is that what you teach history?
I took every history course that was available in
Oh,
my high
yeah.
school. I majored in history, and then I ended up being a history teacher. I'm actually not teaching history right now at the moment, but it is my first teachable subject.
What are you teaching now?
I'm teaching geography,
Okay.
so very closely related.
Yeah, that's great. So one last question before I go.
Mhm.
Actually, two last questions. If you got a little boy growing up,
Yeah.
so when he gets older and he sees dad's running, or by one, or further on, what do you want to rely on him as an influence? Great, get a good one.
So, if he is not interested in politics,
Just seeing his dad with Gone as a community advocate.
if he's not interested in politics or community
What do
advocacy,
you wanna reflect
that's
on?
totally
Yeah.
fine too. But it would be he's not a teenager, but it would be almost the same advice as he develops.
Yeah.
I want him to figure out what he likes and what he's good at. Whether that's in the world of like clubs and sports, like extracurricular activities, or in school itself. Find what you love, and I will absolutely support you in that, son. So he's so young right now.
Yeah.
Our plan is to try to expose him
So
to
one day
as-
he'll see this video, and he'll
yeah, maybe
sort of
someday.
like that, you
Our
know?
plan is to try to expose him to as many things as we can, different types of activities, sports. You know, maybe he ends up loving ballet, right? Or maybe gymnastics, or maybe soccer, whatever it is.
Yeah.
I want him to figure that out, and we will absolutely support him in that same
Yeah.
way I mentioned that I try to teach, which is high expectations, but only positive. You know, always reflect on the positive.
Now you got me two questions to ask you. Not about your kids, but whatever your choice, ballet. You mentioned about the LGBT community, the male part as well. So the advocacy improving on that. It has improved quite a bit
Yeah.
over the years. But the case of recognition and stereotypes are still out there. Suicides are still out there. If anybody actually come to a lecture, what would you do? Like, would you do that? Like a lecture about talking about?
Sure. Yeah, absolutely.
Your experience and background. And all
Yeah, so I'm lucky enough to teach for a very progressive school board, YRDSB, and my union,
What's
OSSTF,
YRDSB?
York Region District School Board. Thank you.
Yeah.
And my union, Ontario
I
Secondary.
don't know the teacher lingo.
Yeah, right. My bad. Sorry. Those are the circles I travel in, right?
I got bad.
All day,
I got
every
not bad
day.
doing it French backwards. I have to speak.
And my union, Ontario Secondary School Teachers Federation, are very progressive and, you know, extremely allied to us LGBTQIA plus community. It's getting harder to say.
Yeah.
It's still as important as ever. You're right. We have come a long way.
We have.
And
yeah.
my school board schools are a good reflection of that.
Yeah.
But I can still see the difficulty, the mental health toll that it takes on young people.
Yeah, especially that, again, like me being culture myself. Mom's Irish, dad was Spanish. My parents were all accepting of anybody. They're just bring them over. We'll have dinner for them. We don't care what their choices are. But for a lot of cultures out there, you might see yourself exposed. A lot of stereotypes that this is the way you're in our country, or not putting a country down, but that's coming from Canada,
you're
freedom
right.
and all. But in other countries, you can't. Well, I'll give you an example. I got friends in Egypt. I got a buddy. He's got a partner for life partner for 30 years. To this day, when he goes home, he doesn't bring it home with him because he cannot.
Yeah.
And that's unfortunate.
That is unfortunate. Yeah, and there's aspects of that in the schools I teach in too, because our school board is extremely diverse. We have every culture. And so you're right, that's reflected too. And there's probably students I have that I don't even know because of that, right? So we try to practice good allyship in everything we do when it comes to how we run our schools. We have what we call our safe and caring schools policy, and that's a big part of it. Yeah. So acceptance, tolerance,
in your curriculum, how
no tolerance for discrimination or hate.
Zero. Well, I like when we have Pink Day, for bullying.
I'm a proud.
I was bullied. I wear my pink shirt every year.
I'm a proud pink shirt wearer. I'm a supporter.
I have
of
my
Trump
cell phone.
Pride,
It's purple pink cover, right?
Yeah.
I was in the post office the other day, and the senior lady, all dolled up, she goes, "Is that yours? That's for girls." I said, "No, that's my niece gave me. My niece gave it. I like that. Keep that. Only gay people have that stuff."
Really?
And she said, she's like, I can't believe she said that.
Yeah.
And everybody just looked at her like, really?
Yeah.
And I said, don't worry about it. It's no big deal.
Well, that's good because once upon a time that would have been the majority attitude.
Yeah,
right?
but
So
now
it's
they
good
look at
that
her like
it's
she's
good that the reaction.
Yeah, exactly.
is
They
like
looked at
that,
but she's like the single layer out of the country, right?
And I don't know. I don't know that person. Some people like that are kind of irredeemable bigots.
Well, they can't.
Some of them are still learning. Right? We all learn throughout our
life. Sometimes it's hard
life.
because those kind of people will affect others as well, right?
And they'll affect their mental health
Yeah,
too.
exactly.
It takes a big toll when you're being discriminated
Well,
against. I'm a member of precisely zero equity deserving groups.
Have you had kids in your circle?
So I've never had to experience that kind of thing myself.
But have you had kids in the amount of kids you taught through the years that actually come up to you that say they're gay or lesbian or?
I mean, some of our students are out of the closet. They're very public about their sexuality. Yeah, and then it's a whole spectrum, right? Like I said, I'm sure I have 2S LGBTQIA plus students who I don't even know about.
Yeah.
Because culturally or maybe within their peer group, they don't feel the ability to.
Do they have in school, like in high school and grade school, sessions of education like that?
So part of the sex ed curriculum is about tolerance, acceptance, identifying and being who you are, your authentic self. Yeah, for sure.
Yeah. The last thing about hobbies, what do you like doing for your off time? You're not teaching and all. I know you.
So I don't have a lot. When it comes to, like, I work full time. I'm a union activist. I go to a lot of union meetings, and obviously now I'm a political candidate. And really, aside from that, I'm spending time with my wife and Jean. That's, there's not a lot of hobbies these days.
So what do you do, Mello?
I do enjoy coaching though. Like,
like
when I'm coaching
experience?
soccer or debate club or whatever. I guess I could consider that kind of my hobby.
Your hobby?
It's not technically part of the job. It's volunteer. All the extracurricular stuff is volunteer, and I do enjoy that. So.
That's great. So that's anything you want to add? So the last question is: if somebody comes to you after watching this, say, Mr. Lovell, I'm thinking of running. I want to be involved in politics. How would you respond to that?
I'll say the first thing you should do is check out Cruising with Phil.
I'm not paying him for that. You just said that. Okay.
Because you'll see podcasts with all different candidates from different backgrounds, and it'll be very educational.
It's so funny.
No, it's really. Thank you so much for offering this interview. It's been my pleasure to do it.
No, I'm glad to do it.
I would say you need to find, but the serious answer now to your question.
You mean you weren't serious this whole time?
I would say you need to find your angle that you're coming from as a candidate. It could be maybe you come from a particular ethnic or religious group, and you feel a large sense of community there, and you want to represent them. Yeah. In my case, like I said, I'm coming from sort of like the labor movement, labor council, and my union, that kind of background. Or maybe like Chiara Padovani, maybe you're kind of a community advocate when it comes to housing and food accessibility in her neighborhood.
You haven't met her yet, have you?
I have met her. I met her at
Okay.
There was a labor council election training session, and at the end of it, I canvassed for her.
Oh, you did?
Yeah.
Okay.
It was kind of canvas training.
Yeah.
So I did meet her. She's awesome. I hope she wins. I think she will.
You should.
And we obviously, I want there to be more labor progressive counselors, and she's a great.
And this is amazing. Like I ran to Jenny Warden's launch, Adam Smith.
She was there too.
Yeah.
She was at that session too.
Give me a nice big hug from my mom and all. I gave her a hug. And then she had an accident just after the election. Did you hear about that?
No.
Yeah, she just had a thing on the Facebook memories like a couple years back. A picture of her gun and all the strength and all. Yeah, she had a major accident with her bike. Yeah. Right after not too long after the election, it was a big shocker. I was watching the picture brought by memories of me and my mom, so I said, but she's an advocate. She turned so back to what I was saying, like Jenny Char was there. I saw them talking. I've been to Adam Smith. I've been you guys, and Chris. You met
your son, yeah.
Yeah, and the funny thing is, you're all supporting each other. And I've seen you talking among themselves. I sit back and I said, "I love to see you win. Let's work together." Yeah. So I see that, like I saw Jenny and
big fan of Chris.
I wish I'd take that. Go. Oh, let's win. Let's work together. You know. And I see. I love it. I love it. Yeah. I mean, you guys have there's nobody impressive. There's no photo op. Yeah. Just what you guys said right there. Like
well, that's it.
And you're the people in progress, and I too. And they're all working together. There's none of this.
In municipal politics, there's no actual party, right? No. So we're not necessarily all members of the same political party, but you can see common values, whether it's environmentalism, allyship, commitment to the living standards of the working class. Yeah. Those, in my opinion, those things all kind of go together.
Each have just like the mayor, we each have a 4K.
Yeah,
mine was security. It's the gun.
Well, that helps us too. I think that helps with the cohesion of identifying who you like, because we do have a labor progressive mayor right now, right? Yeah. And so I'm very grateful for that as well.
And just on the mayor's part, I know her well. I know her husband. He actually got me involved in. My dad worked for Cherry Housing, then became Metro for many years. Mm-hmm. Hearing the stories. My mom was a teacher there for Allstate, and just watching them as three advocates. So got me. And then when I watched Jack Layton, I remember years ago he did this. He was going to go to. I was a counselor. He did this politician down in Parliament in Ottawa. Mm-hmm. He says, "I'm going to be in the building man." The guy says, "Jack, right in your ear," kind of like, "Yeah, sure you are." And there he was. And he was the first
leader of the. Well, he never was leader of the official opposition.
No,
right?
He's the first
because of what
he was one of the first politicians to march in the Pride Parade.
Yes.
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 And people looked at him like that. He was the first one to do that.
Yeah.
I remember the flowers around.
Yeah.
I'm sitting back. You know what? That's amazing.
Yeah.
And then and that should be in the history books.
Yeah,
I
he
did.
was an amazing guy. I never had the chance to meet him. I was at the convention when he was elected party leader.
Yeah.
I was there as a student journalist
Oh, really?
for a student newspaper. And I remember when he walked out on
You
stage
still
and it was
have-
announced he was
you
like,
still have all your
I was right
art-
in front of the stage. They let me go right in front of the stage and take a whole bunch of pictures for my school
Did he
newspaper
catch you?
website, the web version,
Yeah.
which was a new thing back
Yeah.
then. And no, so he was on stage in front of the whole
Okay,
convention,
okay.
and I was just documenting the moment. Yeah,
Did you keep
I
all your
never had
stuff?
the chance
all
to
your
meet him.
documents and all your stuff you took?
Oh, I don't know. I might be able to find it somewhere
That's good.
online, probably. Yeah.
So I'm gonna go turn this camera off as I walk away.
Okay.
Tell people why they should vote for you. Go ahead.
Okay, so I think you should vote for me because I'm the candidate in Ward 22 that is most committed to making life more affordable for working class people. My 3 top pledges are to freeze property tax, which will help working class homeowners and tenants, to make TTC free for youth below 18 and above 65, senior citizens, and my 3rd pledge is a public grocery chain to reduce your cost of groceries.
Great. Thank you so much. There you go. Good
Thanks
luck
so much,
and,
Phil.
and best success. Okay.
Thank
And keep up the videos. All right.
All right.